Dr. Prem Garg is president at the India Rice Exporter Federation and joins us now to talk about the statement that has come in from the U.S. President and the U.S. Secretary Bessent as well. Dr. Garg, first of your reaction to the two important words there. One, that India seems to be dumping rice, and two, there perhaps should be more tariffs laid on. How are you reacting to this?
No, there is no dumping. This is a completely wrong statement by the Trump government and Trump, because we are exporting the rice as per the demand of the market. Whatsoever these buyers are importing, they are in containerized shipment. So Indian exporters are exporting because 270,000 ton US is importing, which is very, very small quantity. And it's not a matter of dumping because throughout the year we are exporting. This is the number one, completely we rule out this dumping word, and we have a lot of market in India, like 172 countries we are exporting. And this is a very, very small quantity which we are exporting to US. So, and second, your question on that?
I had asked you on the tariff part as well, because India is exporting rice to US at 50% tariffs already. Have you seen any impact as compared to last year? And if there are more tariffs, how is the industry prepared for that?
No, if even this 50% tariff, if you last seen, you seen this 10% they started and then they gone for 25 and then they gone 50%. But if you see this last 3 months, our exports are to the US because rice, basmati rice is the ethnic market. Consumers are there. So there is Asian peoples and Middle East Gulf peoples are there. Those peoples are consuming this rice, and they are not going to be affected by this. Only the domestic and local, their prices are gone up, and this is the extra burden on their consumers. And these farmers are not going to benefit in US also, which they are predicting, because US farmers, they are not growing the basmati or ethnic quality rice which we are exporting. So this completely, even they are going to do this 100% tariff also. India rice, they have to import their.
Orchestrate your access to blockchain with the Tatum Gateway. Instantly create custom gateways that let you manage your RP
farmers by this tariff anymore.
Dr. Garg, that means that even as the diaspora, which is perhaps Middle Eastern or Asian, that is buying Indian rice in US, is paying that extra 50% and still buying Indian basmati rice?
Definitely they are buying. And if you see this last 3 months exports also from India to US is also almost as per last year exports are there. There is no decline in the export to the US because the local domestic prices, they already increased. Earlier, they are selling this any 10 pound example I will give, like $16, $17 per 10 pound bag. So right now they are selling 22 dollar per 10 pound bag. So this is going to be impact on their consumer. It's not to our Indian farmers, Indian exporters, or anyone. So this is their own consumer. They are giving the higher price, which is, I think, not good for US. So US has to look on this and not to make the target this rice or other things also, I say. And they have to import.
Dr. Garg, as you mentioned that India exports to 172 countries, what countries have we seen better relations with? Where have you seen an increase in export coming in from? Because when you look at the last 3 or 4 years, Indian exports to the global markets have only increased and increased by a big margin. So what are these other countries that we are looking at bigger numbers going to?
You see, we are exporting total quantity of basmati rice, one variety we will say, not entire rice trade. Entire rice trade is about 21 million ton last year we did. And this year, this out of that, about 6 million ton is the basmati rice, which we are exporting to Middle East. Definitely Gulf countries are there major, but right now these African countries are coming up very well. And all African countries, their money power is coming, or I don't know what is coming there, and they are also like to buy basmati rice. And this each African countries, if you can see, this they are importing day by day more quantity. And even this last year, this Benin, I give the example in Africa, this Cotonou port, they imported more than 60,000 ton basmati rice for that African market, which is the absolutely new market, and they are growing day by day. And definitely these other countries are there. Right now, this Russian market is also coming up. And they are also start buying the basmati rice, which normally they are buying non-basmati rice. But this year, I seen some few shipments are going to different Belarus and other nearby countries, basmati rice on continuous basis. And like same in Middle East also, their consumption is increasing. And any means it's a very small market. And also, if you see this all like even Brazil, even Thailand, who's growing the rice, but they are also importing basmati rice. So we don't see any fearing or any fear. And this next year we are going to touch 6.5 million ton export of the basmati rice. Definitely.
Dr. Garg, coming on the prices also, because we've seen a lot of movement on that. The other thing that the USC seems to be getting perturbed about is the kind of decline that we've seen in US rice futures. If you look at this year until time, it's down by nearly 27% as well. Dr. Garg, the rice prices have declined quite sharply. If you look at the rice futures, they're down by 27%. How are you looking at the prices going forward?
Okay, there is two scenarios in basmati rice and non-basmati rice. If you see this non-basmati rice, there is a decline in the prices because this earlier, because of the India, only the India means banned the non-basmati rice in 2023 and 2024, they opened this rice again. Because of that, the prices came down. Earlier also prices before the banning also almost same price. And now they become the almost not even same, even little bit higher.
Okay.
So right now these rice prices, which came down up to $340, is going to again now 360, 365. Even if you can see, there is other countries like Thailand, Vietnam, Burma or Pakistan, their prices are gone even 360. They are selling right now. They are offering 400 and 405 dollar plus prices. So it means there is a lot of demand, and India is fulfilling the demand, and that is good for the world because we are exporting 40% total world export. And this even this basmati rice now, if you can see, the basmati rice we are exporting earlier, the range of these $900 to $1,200 for, and premium segment we are exporting up to $1,800 to $2,200. So right now this we are doing the same thing, but even right now $100 prices are gone up in basmati rice. Last 15 days we've seen the jump in the paddy prices, local prices, about 13 to 14% in the domestic prices because lot of demands are there. And market is not going to be further down from here. We can not see, and we've seen the advisory also we already given to our members. These prices are not going to decline and sell their rice very consciously, taking the market scenario.
So, Doctor, the other thing really about is the Indian markets. We've been looking at very strong rice production year-on-year basis, paddy that is, and the government buffer stock has been on the higher side as well. In the next year, are you looking at a similar scenario coming in for the Indian markets? The MSP continues to increase and India is growing a lot of rice, even in areas where there's not enough water. How are you looking at the Indian rice production going forward?
You see, this year we already become the #1 in the world because we surpassed the Chinese market, their production. And the next year, I think we are going to grow more further because farmers are getting the benefit. And they are definitely, they will look which they are getting the cash crop and better pricing. So rice is a good market for them. And because these are sales are there and market is grown, and this is a very good time where right now, this harvesting time is going on Indian crops, so many states, and the prices are already gone up about 10 to 15% totally. So they get the benefit, and definitely next year we are going to cross more than this year, near about, I say, minimum 4 to 5% extra crop.
My final question is about the Indian demand itself. Do you see that grow as well, and to the tune of how much?
Definitely, you see Indian population also growing year by year. So definitely the Indian local domestic market also going to be grow.
Dr. Garg, as always, thank you so much for joining in.